Hello everyone and welcome back. Let's take a look at ARVL or ticker symbol ARVL. This is one that reached its 52-week low this week, and you know on this channel I like to talk about stocks when they are extremely low and they have potential for massive upside. And massive, I'm not sure until we get to next year. So this is one that you're going to have to hold on to, but there is some potential upside if you get this low enough. And with tomorrow, with the Fed speaking, there could be some AM price action that could look very interesting. I think at this price, you're definitely on the low side compared to the high side, because we're sitting at what, 122 right now after market, and the 52-week range is 116 to 17.99. The day's range was 119 to 124, so you can see there's not that much volatility in the price. It looks like there's some pricing pressure, and of course they've got it as overvalued because they need to generate revenue. They're going into production and they actually need capital to do that. So they've got some capital, but the type of work that they're wanting to do with the vans and with the buses can be very expensive. We're selling the buses for $1 million each, and the process time to get all the parts is, man, it is extensively expensive in this market right now. Y'all know, if you've watched any of the Proterra videos, it takes time, parts, and there's part shortages. So there's trouble in that area right now with the supply chain. And it's not just Proterra, it's other bus suppliers. And ARVL is trying to do this, but probably in the second half of the year. Now the vans, they need to produce pretty soon, I think in Q3, Q4. So that's why you're seeing these numbers here by analyst projections. But there are some wild differences between the average and high estimate, because I mean, they keep changing their numbers. So end of year, they should be anywhere from 25 to 50. And then 2023, this is what's really interesting. Can they just flip the script? I mean, I don't know that they can. They've changed so many things with their business. I don't know that this is a real model shoot right here. I think this is what they could do previous to making all of the changes that they did. And we're about to take a look at an article. 327 is the low estimate, all the way to almost $1 billion. I mean, that is just a wild swing. Let's take a look at the price action real quick. I want you to see where this is at, because earlier, Monday this week, this is where we were at the 52-week low, and you can see that we are sitting at 117. I've got the green buy line. If we dip below that, I would say you start dollar cost averaging to your position if this is one that you believe can turn the corner. And I would say 124, you don't want to buy above that. I think that you can wait and be patient with your money. EV startup ARVL is running out of charge. That's what the Wall Street Journal reported yesterday. The UK-based company is having to cut back before it even embarks on this risky process, production, right? So this was a SPAC, so it's got that going against it. I don't think any of these that have been post-SPAC have been doing really well. So the electric vehicle startup ARVL, or ticker symbol ARVL, wants to reinvent the way that it does not just delivery vans, but the entire manufacturing business process. As far as this is not a line manufacturing, they're trying to do it in just one section with robotics. I mean, it looked very, very, very cool. People have absolutely fantastic looking videos out there of the robots doing all this stuff, but it's still not technically proven to work. And we have to see if this is something that they're going to be able to deploy at scale. And it's going to be cost efficient because the costs have been changing. Now, SPACs typically debut for $10, and we're sitting at 122. And this is one that I'm saying to watch under 117, 116 if it breaks that 52-week low again. Now, implying a market value of $766 million. And this might seem cheap. The company that in June finished with $513 million, and it's trying to get to production, is what this article is saying. And we all know that. A lot of you that are following this one, it's also saying that we've got a couple of other failure EVs potentially in the market, and it's mentioning that you better watch out for Lordstown Motors, and there's probably a little bit more well-known. And Canoe, man, there was a big, huge run-up on this one when it got pummeled, but this is a Russian entrepreneur. I don't know that that has anything to do with it, because their headquarters, their first factory will be in the UK, so I don't see that being an obstacle, but they will need to not only reduce capital intensity, but they need to raise capital. They're trying to do exactly the opposite of what Tesla is doing with a super scale of gigafactories, which is probably the correct direction to go. And Arrival is focused on the delivery vans rather than passenger cars. And of course, they have a lot of bids, right? They're non-contract binary bids. It means that basically it's a letter of intent, you know, hey, we might do this, but it's not binding whatsoever. But 10,000 vehicles, it's supposed to be a little over $1 billion for the UPS service, right? And they're supposed to deliver a few hundred of these, forecast 400 to 600 in May, and more than 10,000 at the time of the SPAC deal. So this got a lot of notoriety at the very beginning. I mean, they were making big promises, and then as they got closer and closer, those promises didn't pan out. So 20 vans this year, down from a forecast of 400 to 600. So this month, the company said it would deliver only 20 vans this year, down from the forecast of 400 to 600 in May, more than 10,000 at the time of its SPAC deal. So you can see from 10,400 to 600 to 20. The latest delay is partially due to an effort to conserve cash, including by pushing back plans for the second micro factory in Charlotte, North Carolina. The company said last month that it would lay off 3 of 10 employees globally as part of a restructuring. This one is one that I would ask you to be careful with, but it is at a 52-week low. Can there be a positive news catalyst that gives this one a little bit of a boost, or does it continue to trend down? My name's Randy. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like the channel, and if you'd like to join the Patreon to get extra perks, hear about these stocks before I make my play, you can find that in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.